everybody, welcome back. So, just finished up my Lincoln yesterday, or day before yesterday, and the 27 Lincoln. And now it's time to come back over on this side and work on the Pro Street a little bit longer. So, it's hard for me to get traction. I'm not going to lie. It's real hard for me to get traction on what direction to go, what to do. I'm not good at this as far as the thinking part of it. But so I got a couple little support bars here on the chassis, because I literally had to cut it in two to get the there it is right there, the Boss 429 or whatever it is, down in there. So got that. Got my wheels sanded. Now I'm ready to shoot some paint on it. And I got in the mail, let me grab this. There's the Gangbusters box right here. So I bought some of this. I meant to get chrome, and it's on the way. But this is, where the heck's the color? AK Extreme Metal. Well, where does it say the color? Anyway, it's made in Spain. I didn't realize that. This is polished aluminum. That's what the color is. And I thought, well, heck, I didn't buy it necessarily for my wheels, but you know, maybe polished aluminum would look good in my wheel centers. So I think that's what it's going to be. I think I'm going to spray. I think I need to paint them black. Going to paint them black, then I will spray them with the Extreme Metal polished aluminum. I do have a bottle of this coming for that's chrome. This stuff is like so thin. I guess it's airbrush ready. I hope. It's definitely not paintbrush ready, because it wouldn't stick to a paintbrush. It's like your panel line accent. It's super thin, so get it all shook up because it's got a lot of sediment in the bottom. You start to see the sediment break up, but yeah, I think I'm gonna try it out. So I'll paint a black coat on the wheels. Got to get the tires also painted. I got to start working on the body. Got to cut the hood out. Not gonna do a cow hood. This hood would be a booger to do a cow hood, because the dip, and I've never done a cow hood, but I would have to somehow fill the gap where the cow hood goes across. I'm just not going to do that. It's just it'd be a real challenge. So I'll have the engine, or the blower will be sticking up through the hood. I'm not going to, who would argue with that anyway? Don't want to cover that beautiful engine up. So that's what I'm about to do. So I'm going to get some paint sprayed. I might video painting the wheels. I don't know. Maybe I'll paint one, and then if it turns out okay, I'll show you what I'm doing. But let's do it. Stand by. Alright, I'm going to decant a little bit of spray paint. I'm just going to, some of this flat black. I don't know what paint to use with it, but I'm just going to do this. And I just got some of these little, I bought some of these cups to do measuring with, like for the silicone. Can you hear that thunder outside? I'm just going to spray it in this can, because all I'm going to need is enough to put into my little cup. So I don't need much, and I'm not going to use a straw. I'm just going to spray it right to the cup. So I'm going to turn on my vacuum real quick. It's going to be loud, so hold your ears. That should be enough. It's just, like I say, it's just going to be enough to pour into my little, see if I can do this without spilling it all over me. The reason, I had someone ask me on my Lincoln build, they said, why did you not just spray it with the spray can? I did the wheels I decanted a little bit of, oh shoot. Anyway, decanted a little bit of the burgundy or maroon color for the wheels. And they said, why'd you do that? I said, well, because it's so heavy. It comes out of the darn spray gun so heavy that I have a lot more control. I'm having an issue with my, I'll come right back. Stand by. Okay. Alright, so I've got my rims. I glued them to toothpicks. Just like this. That one will be easy to clean up because it's wide. And it would have been hard to get that toothpick mess out of the center. So I did those on the outside. These I did on the little center post because I can easily access that to clean the super glue off. So, all right, I'm gonna turn the vacuum on. Can't hear me, and here we go. I'll spray some black paint. All right, so that didn't even use half of the paint that I sprayed out. So when you decant, it doesn't take much. So I didn't even think it was going to be enough, and it was like, wow, that was way too much. And I was spilling it everywhere. I keep forgetting that didn't have a top. So I'm going to shut this down, clean my airbrush, let those dry, and I'll be right back. Stand by. Alrighty, next morning, got my black wheels all dry. Had them in the incubator overnight. They incubated, they hatched. So now, I ever use this stuff, ever never used any kind of chrome paint except that my Rust-Oleum chrome paint. That I would like to decant some of that Rust-Oleum chrome paint and spray it through the airbrush and see how that works. I think it would work great because it's got a great chrome finish. Anyway, I'm going to take a little bit of this out. And it's so thin, it's got to be airbrush ready. Got to be. So put some in my... Way too much, but I will pour it back in the bottle when I'm done here. So, put my trusty lunch lady glove on. This on here, try to spill it all over the place like I did the black paint. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna turn on my vacuum, and here we go. Okay. I don't know if I have to do 2 coats of this stuff. I'm not sure. Can't even see my... I'm not sure, but we'll let it dry. I won't judge it till it's dry. I think it will need a second coat. I do notice, and I don't want to spray it in there too heavy is the problem. I do like the color. I like it. It seems like it's gonna be nice for what I'm going for. I'm gonna have a darker paint job. Don't want a lot of flash, and I say flash, flashy. No chrome. I think it's gonna look nice. Okay, I'm gonna get these in the incubator. See if they need a second coat, and if they do, I'll let you know. Stand by. Real quick. So I had mentioned that I needed an extra Bob Glidden seat, and I created a mold to, at least on this side, to make some. I had poured a few, made a few of the seats, but I didn't mix the resin right. Apparently, it wasn't very hard. It was very you could bend it. It was almost like rubber. Didn't like that. So this is the original that I made, and I poured this one last night, so it's got plenty of time to cure. And I'm just going to pop it out real fast to show you. There's a lot of cleanup on the back, but that's nothing, just sand it off. But see how this one turned out. So with this silicone, this real soft silicone, you just kind of start to flex it and it will pop out of there. And we'll see if it's a good one or not. I don't want to be, but you see, you can actually open it up to get the thing out, which makes it nice because the actual headrest goes up into it. So you can flex it enough that you can get that out. I don't want to rip my mold though. That's the only thing I'm very cautious about, because I got a lot. I took a popsicle stick and just kind of, but it made it where it's all around the edge. It's probably made it worse. If you had one more hand, probably would be easier. There we go. Dang, I'm shaking. Okay, here we go. So there. Okay, it's hard, like it should be. So, got me a extra seat there. This is the original. This is a casting in on the back, because it's got this. You just simply take your knife and just clean it up and then sand it off. So I'm going to pour another one, because this other side is a NASCAR seat. I've already showed you guys this in another video, I think, but this is that side. This is the actual. See here, that's what I'm talking about. See how this is like flexible? It's almost like rubber. You could still use it, I guess, but I poured two of them. They were both like that. But these are the old style NASCAR seat right there. I thought maybe I could use it, but I don't think so. But anyway, these are pretty cool because there's the old style racing seat, and it's nice and hard. So here we go. I'm gonna pour another one, so I'll have two, and then I'll have an original. All right, thanks. Okie dokie. So I got my tires painted, and I got my Hoosier decals on them, but they're just shiny, whether semi-gloss or satin, actually black. They're too shiny. They don't look real enough. And what I'm going to do is, I did this on my 40 Ford. I have my little contraption to hold the wheels. I had to use a longer bolt because this tire is wider. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to dry brush some wear onto the tire. So get that mounted on there. I've got this charcoal color. It's not black, it's charcoal, so it's a little lighter than the black on the tire. Acrylic paint that's making a darn mess. Holy cow. So I got to clean that. Got my brush here, my makeup brush. I'm going to get some paint on it. Not to where it's just gobbed up, but some. So it's going to leave tracks is what we're going to do. So now I'm going to take this and just, as it's spinning, just lay it down. All I'm looking for is to make it look like this tire has been driven on. Maybe a little on the sidewall. And then kind of take your finger and just drag it on there to sort of evenly distribute the paint. And how many times do you need to do it is totally up to you. I'm going to do it again. And that also, it dries so fast that you can work with it really quick. Just over the edge, just over the sidewall a little bit. Okay, perfect. Looks good. Okay, let me take it out of here and we'll compare them if we can. The lighting always seems to give issue. Okay. Let me see if I can lighten this up a little. There we go. All right, so it's hard to, honestly, it's hard to tell in this light. It's just not great. But you can see that I've got a darker, or more of a, it looks like it has been driven compared to the tire. If you want to leave them black, that's totally fine. It's up to you. It's your build. But I like mine to have just a little bit of where it looks like it's actually been to the drag strip once. It's got marks on it. You can do it as many times as you want to make it get the color or the look that you want. I may do this one again a couple of times. Maybe let it dry completely. Go ahead and work on this one. But that's how I do. That's how I do. It's the second time I've ever done it. That's how I did it on the first one on my 40 Ford. And this is, yeah, I can see that I need to do it a little bit more on this one. It's still got some places where the black is just showing through. But that's it. And I like for it, like I say, go over the sidewall just a little, because then it looks like, you know, the tires, it's been used. So there you go. And it's just a hard block of plastic. This is not a rubber tire. It is a hard piece of resin. All right, so I'm gonna get on the other one, do it, get it together, and then we'll look at the tires and wheels. All right, so getting somewhere finally. Got the wheels painted. Got a hole in the hood that I'm still working on. Got some body work that I'm working on, but it's starting to take shape. My biggest part of this kit bashing thing is I was just yesterday, BG sent me a text, and we were back and forth for a few minutes, and I told him the hardest thing for me is I don't have an instruction manual for this kit bashing stuff, and it's hard for me to get going. But once you get going, then it gets easier. But so finally, I was able to get the engine. It's not mounted, but it is where it's going to be, and it's going to look cool, and it just does. So these Olds hoods, have the raised up sides. Good thing, because the distributor just about didn't work. So I've got, still, like I say, still working on the hood cutout, but have got it to where it isn't touching anything. I mean, that distributor is just under the hood. So it's going to have something, it's going to look something like that. I've got my finger on the transmission to hold it in place, but it's going to have a nice look to it. Especially, hold it like this, when I get these under it. Man, that's going to look so darn cool. These have turned out great. I got those decals on there. I got the wheels painted. I threw a clear coat on the wheels as well. If you could see it, well, I mean, you can see it obviously, but you can see it up close. But this is going to look fat. Oh man, can't wait. So really, obviously got to paint the body, but I think the real legwork is done. Everything just needs to be put together. But let me see if I can get see that. So I got I painted the studs. Obviously the bead locks are black, and I painted those bolts silver, and the studs, or the bolts that hold the wheels and the wheel studs, are black inside. And then my texture that I put on my wheels with the dry brush, I think that turned out good. This one as well. And the front wheels, I messed my decals up. I have more, trying to get the wheels in, and so I took them off, but I'll get some more. So these also have a clear coat on the wheel, not on the tire. But yeah, I'm gonna, hopefully for my thumbnail, I'll have the tires sitting up under it, but it's gonna look good. Still have to paint the little brakes. So the brakes are, this is the side I had to, I made it where it would fit my axles in my, I was trying to pick everything else. I had to take a piece of sprue, put it in there, and then I drilled it out. But the little brake rotors, which are really cool, those are some tiny holes right there. And then on the brake rotors go the little brake calipers. You see the calipers in there. So I've got to get those painted up and glued on. I had two different style wheels. I had these as well, but I just prefer the round ones. I think the round ones just have a better look personally to me, and especially the back. Wow, those things are cool. So I'll get, also going to use the radiator for the NAS. It goes right in there. I did remove, let's see if you can see, take this off. There was a, on the front here, it used to stick out farther, and it would have like where it would hold down, you know, like a bracket that holds down the radiator. Well, I took that out. It was in the way, and plus it had a really nice little line on the back where I could just cut it right out. So I cut that out. You'd never know it was missing. And I got to do some, you know, some more body work on the hood, and a little extra clearance on the body lines. When your body lines are tight without paint, marker down, it's not going to fit well with paint. Paint takes up space. So in the back here, it's both sides is way too tight. So all I'll do is take this hood, put it on something flat. Usually your hoods are, you know, if you have a curved hood or something, you couldn't do it. But put it on there and just back and forth real lightly, pressing maybe on the end that needs more sanding than not, and do that to get that to fit well. My interior is painted black, which there's not going to be a lot of interior detail to this. I did get a different steering wheel. I didn't use the stock steering wheel, so I wanted a different steering wheel, a little bit more racy looking steering wheel. I'll get that in there. I made those two seats, and on the backs I had to do some, I'm having to do some finishing. I hadn't sanded that one yet, but they turned out great. They'll be sitting down in there, two little race buckets. I think that's about it, but I guess, well, the chassis is painted now. I don't remember if I told you guys I did that or not, but anyway, the chassis is painted, obviously. It's not white and blue anymore, or dark blue and light blue. But all right, so I'm gonna cut this video here. It's just kind of not a lot of progress, just some of the things that I was doing, like painting the wheels, making the seats, cutting the hood out, things like that. But guys, thanks for watching this video. I do appreciate your patience with this build, because it is, trust me, it tests my patience as well. I heard an old joke one time. A fella said that he was going to be a doctor, but he just didn't have the patience. That's kind of where I'm at with this. It's a little difficult because the like I say, the my ADHD or whatever it's called really gets the best of me, and I'll lose focus. So I'm going to get this thing primed. Going to finish the hood, prime the body, and paint it. Now, obviously we'll get that on camera. I think the color that I'm going to go with in my arsenal here is, where the heck did it go? It's a cool color. If it's still in here. If it's not, I'm going to be upset. Dang, I don't see it. So what it's man, what's it called? It come on a, here it is. So the color I'm going with is black cherry. And there were Monte Carlos back in the 80s. Remember those dark, deep red ones? what color it was. It was black cherry. And I think that would be a great color. Ooh, is it dark? You can't even, it looks black till you spray it over something lighter. So we'll go with a gray or a white primer, probably gray, and shoot that on there. Man, it's going to look good. So there's the train outside, guys. Perfect timing. I'm great at doing that. But let's give me a few more days and get some more work done on this, and we'll come back. But thanks to you guys that have subscribed. If you hadn't subscribed, please hit the subscription button during the train horn here, and go check out the Facebook group. Join there. Check out Hobby Nut Models, where you can get you some of that great MCW paint, which is going to be gorgeous on this thing. And grab you a t-shirt at the Teespring store, and go to the Patreon page. Join up there. We'll have a private live stream coming up pretty quick. But other than that, guys, maybe the next one, this thing will be wrapped up, possibly. But I don't know, maybe one more, but hopefully the next one will wrap it up. But guys, thank you for watching. Take care, and we will see you on the next one. Awesome. See ya. Bye.